Okay guys, so here's what's up. Earlier today, I ran down to my little honey hole and I caught 6 little bluegills about that big. And I've been trying to keep them alive all day with mixed success. I think maybe half are dead, 3 were still alive, and when I just went to refresh the water, 1 jumped out of the bucket and got away. So I've got 2 live bluegill, 3 dead ones. And this right here is a very shallow little canal. And when I had come down here for work years ago, I mean this was like 10 years ago, I was looking for snakes right here in these rocks, and I saw some big alligator gar, not, you know, the monsters that we were trying for at the Brazos River, but pretty good sized fish in this shallow water, and I was amazed. So I've come back here again today. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. There may be nothing in here. This might be a complete waste of time, but it's not that far from my house. It's probably the closest place I know of where I've actually seen gar for sure. So I'm just gonna throw my live bluegills in there and give it a little bit and see if maybe I can hook up on my first ever alligator gar. So let's see. Holy crap. I should have left the camera rolling. Something huge just nailed that bluegill and made a run. And then I think what happened was it encountered the drag from the reel and dropped it. So that's a bummer, but I think there might be gar in here and I may be able to get one. I've just got to do this right. So I definitely had something on the line there. I can't think of what else it could have been except for an alligator gar. But he dropped the bait. So while I'm absolutely no expert in alligator gar, I have been doing my homework. And one thing I learned about them, which makes them incredibly tricky to catch, is that, you know, unlike most other fish, which will grab the bait and just sort of inhale it straight away, they will grab onto it, hold it in their jaws, and, you know, the hook might not even be in their mouth, and they'll swim around with it like that for a while. And so you have to resist that temptation when you feel that tug on your line, not to just, you know, immediately try to set the hook. You want to let them run with it for a while, get comfortable, and then they'll take it into the back of their mouth where it's softer, and that's when you try to set the hook. So this is new to me. We'll see if I have that kind of discipline. I don't know. Pretty exciting stuff. So I've got my bait back out there again. It's in pretty bad shape. I may need to put a livelier one on, but so far so good. Something really whacked it. I'm hoping whatever it was comes back. So my bait's in pretty bad shape. Next time I'm gonna have to catch it right before I go out fishing. I had the bucket in the car and they were all like, you know, dying from lack of oxygen. So at the stoplights, I had a little mini bucket inside my 5-gallon bucket, and I was pouring that in there to try to keep them oxygenated. But I really got to go with some fresh caught bait next time. Something took the bait and ran with it. I was feeding them out line. I don't know if it's still on. Oh, it looks like it. I guess it could be a turtle. I don't think that first one was a turtle, though. So this is the tough part. Deciding when to set the hook. Oh, look at that. Here goes nothing. I don't know if he's still on here, but I'm gonna give it a shot. got something. Oh shit, I think it's a catfish. Oh my God, after all that, I think it's a damn catfish. Damn it, dude. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Nice catfish, but... Oh, man. Not what I came out here for today. Really nice catfish, but still. Actually, one of the better ones I've ever caught, but... Oh, man. I didn't even know these were in here. So shallow, I've never seen them. Damn it, I really wanted a gar. I thought for sure that was a gar. Oh, okay, buddy, I'm gonna let you go here. Okay. Well, not what I was after, but better than nothing, I guess. Oh, man, that catfish was great, but I wanted that to be an alligator gar so badly. Well, well, take a look at this. This here is what I'm after. Somebody, I guess, threw this gar up on the bank, or I don't know, maybe it died, but wow, look at those teeth. I might keep this skull. That's crazy. But that's a good sign. That means they're here. I was worried that this was too shallow and too small. So you know what's interesting about these videos that I really like? They're sort of a snapshot in time, right? So I will be looking back on this years from now, hopefully, and thinking about what crazy times these are. So right now, the whole world is at the grip of a global pandemic. I'm of course talking about the coronavirus. And so everything's all screwed up. I mean, my daughter's school is closed. They closed my office. So I was supposed to be working from home today instead. You know, you're just hearing non-stop stuff on the news. Like, that's all you see. I mean, if you check out a news app or something, like every single article is coronavirus. So everybody's stressed out, everybody's freaking out, and I'm just trying to make the best of a bad situation. So the one thing you won't catch while you're out fishing is the coronavirus. So thankfully I can still do my favorite activity, and the coronavirus won't stop that at all. If anything, I might get to do more fishing because of the coronavirus. We're on again. That's funny, I just decided to move the camera. Alright, so I don't know if this is a catfish or a gar, so I don't know how to play this. If it's a catfish, I want to set the hook right away. But if it's a gar, I want to let him take it for a while, get comfortable. Take it down to the back of his mouth. I think we might have lost it. May have spit that out. There's actually, like, the hook that's on here is way too big for the bait. So I was thinking that whatever grabs a hold of this is just gonna end up with a mouthful of metal, and he might spit it out. And these gar are notoriously picky. From what I hear, they'll just drop the bait for whatever reason. So I don't know. I'm not sure if we're still on here. Oh, yep, we are. I just don't know when to set the hook. Took me. All right, switching it up again. So I came to the other side of the bridge. And there's a decent pool here. I think it's really shallow, and unfortunately I saw a lot of turtles. So after that incident with the soft shell earlier this week, not looking to play that game again. but I got my last real feisty live bluegill on there. Put a big hook on. All right, I'm switching it up yet again because things have slowed down. I'm seeing tons of little gar breaking the surface, but nothing's hitting my bait. So I'm doing something which I never do, which is I attached a float. So you can see that there on the left. That may be a gar. I think they might be hitting it and just letting go when they feel the float. Well, no luck so far. The gar have just been taunting me. So I'm down to my last dead bluegill, which I just cut up into pieces and threw on a hook with no weight, no float, nothing. My phone's about to die. It's raining. And I just found another couple of little dead gar. I'm not sure if they're alligator or spotted. They look like alligator gar. There's no pattern on them. But I really don't know my gar. That some fisherman, I guess, didn't like them, maybe considers them trash fish. They might have been out here fishing for catfish, so they pulled them in. They just threw them over here to die. So that's kind of shitty. A lot of people look at gar as trash fish or not a good sport fish, but man, I just think that they're the most incredible things. I mean, alligator gar are the second biggest freshwater fish in North America, I think. Second only to the sturgeon. And I mean, they're just huge. The jaws, the teeth, I mean, monster apex predator. I personally cannot think of anything more exciting to fish for in freshwater. So to each their own, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna give it a little bit longer and then pack it up. And I guess this will be alligator gar attempt fail number 2.